it's 9:47 p.m. on a Tuesday night. And guess what? You're a landlord. You own a rental property 3 states away. Your tenant just sent you a video of water pouring through the ceiling of the guest bedroom. Burst pipe. Maybe a failed water heater. We don't know yet. You do not know. And it doesn't matter because the carpet is soaked. The drywall is already bubbling. And every hour you wait is more damage, more remediation, and more money. You don't have a property manager. You do not have a restoration company on speed dial. You have Google, a phone, and a problem that is getting worse while you are standing in your kitchen reading a text message. You search water damage restoration and the name of the city. 3 companies pop up. You call the first one. It rings 4 times, goes to voicemail. You don't leave a message. You call the second one. What happens in the next 60 seconds determines who gets that job. Hey, I'm Michelle Terpstra, and this is Revenue Rascals. I want to tell you about a client of mine. Water damage and mitigation company. Boutique operation, actually. Small crew, excellent work. The kind of business that grows on reputation because the work, well, it speaks for itself. They have a night dispatcher, one person covering all after hours line. Her name is Carrie. And Carrie's job was the phone. She answered it, triaged the situation, asked the right questions, and got a crew booked and moving as fast as possible. She was good at it, calm under pressure, fast on logistics, the kind of person you want running point when someone's ceiling is caving in at midnight. But the night that the landlord called, Carrie was doing exactly what I just described. She was managing 2 active emergencies simultaneously. One crew was on a commercial job that had gotten complicated. The project manager needed guidance, and she was on the phone walking him through it. The second situation was a residential customer who was panicking, a homeowner who'd never dealt with water damage before and needed someone to stay on the line with her while she waited for the crew to arrive. Carrie was doing her job. She was doing it actually really well for 2 customers at the same time. And then the third call came in. She saw it, the number, no voicemail. She could not get there. By the time she finished with the homeowner and the commercial project came up for air, she went to call back and, well, the deal was already lost. The lead was not just cold, it was gone. There was no way they were going to get that contract because what happened? The homeowner, the landlord, got a hold of somebody live, and that is who he went with. There is no version of the night where Carrie wins all 3. She was one person. The system was built for one emergency at a time. That night, 3 came in at once. Here is where I want to slow down a bit because, listen, the easy response to that story is this is just the cost of running lean. You cannot staff for every worst case scenario. Carrie was doing her absolute best. Well, all of that is true, and none of it changes the number. Water damage mitigation on a residential property averages between $15,000 and $40,000, depending on the scope of the loss. The burst pipe that soaks a bedroom and gets into the subfloor is not a small job. A mid-range residential water loss runs somewhere around $20,000 to $30,000 in mitigation and restoration combined. Let's just call it $25,000 to be conservative. Now factor in who the customer is. A landlord with out-of-state rental property likely owns more than one property. Every property in a future emergency, a future call, a future relationship with a restoration company, he trusts when things go sideways. If that landlord owns 4 properties and has 1 loss event per property over the next 5 years, you are looking at more than $25,000. You're looking at a customer relationship worth 6 figures over time. And it's gone because the third call came in at the wrong night. And here is the part that should stay with every small service business owner listening. Carrie did absolutely nothing wrong. There is no performance conversation to have here. There is no process she failed to follow. She was managing 2 active emergencies when a third came in, and the math simply didn't work. The problem was never Carrie. The problem was that Carrie was the entire system. And every system built around one person has a breaking point. That night, they unfortunately found it. When I started working with this company, Carrie was the one who told me the story. She had been carrying it since it happened, not because anyone blamed her, because she knew what that call was worth and she had done the math herself. She said, "I saw it come in. I just couldn't get there." And that sentence is the whole problem. So I asked the owner one question. What would have to be true for Carrie to never lose a lead just because she already had 2 calls? Not how do we make Carrie faster, not how do we hire a second Carrie, how do we build something that holds the lead alive long enough for Carrie to get there? That is the question worth answering. So we set up 3 key things, and the platform that I am using for this is highly effective, highly affordable, has unlimited users, and it is so small business friendly. Welcome to GoHighLevel, my personal system that I am sharing with you today. All right, so the problems we're solving. The first was a missed call. Now, this is absolutely solvable with what I call a text back. The moment a call goes unanswered, inside GoHighLevel, an automatic text fires to that number within seconds, not minutes, seconds. And so quickly that the landlord wouldn't have even had a chance to call the second company because they would have gotten this text message. Once again, not minutes, seconds. For a restoration company, the message was direct. "We just missed your call and we do not want to miss you. If you have an active water loss, reply here and we'll get someone on the line as fast as we can. If you need to schedule an assessment, here's our booking link." Oh, so simple, so powerful. And baby, this is automation, and we love automation. So this is the deal. It doesn't feel like a lot. It feels like a business that caught the call and cared enough to come right back. So you're not being salesy. It doesn't feel like a bot. It's amazing. Now, the second one is even cooler, and it's also inside GoHighLevel. It's called a voice AI for overflow calls. When Carrie is already on the line and a second or third call comes in, the AI answers and it sounds like a receptionist. It collects the caller's name, the property address, and description of the situation. For active emergencies, we have set it up so that it can confirm that a crew can be dispatched and tells the caller that Carrie will be on the line with him within 15 minutes or walk them through next steps. Now, for non-emergency calls, we have it set up that it books for a next morning assessment directly onto the calendar. This is where things get golden. The deal is that what happens with these 2 things is the lead does not go cold while Carrie is holding 2 other active situations together. Now, this is the third thing that we did. The third was a follow-up sequence for anyone who came through the text intake but did not book immediately. A follow-up the next morning, another 2 days later if needed. Not aggressive, just present. A business that remembered they reached out and did not let the conversation die. And this is the thing. What if they did end up hiring someone they weren't happy and 2 days later they get a text from you? You have an opportunity to get in there right away. So this is the deal. Carrie did not change. The crew did not change. We didn't have to hire more people, and the work did not change. What changed was that Carrie stopped being the only thing standing between a missed call and a lost job. A few months after we built this, another heavy night came in. 2 active jobs already running, Carrie managing both, sound familiar? And then 2 new calls came in within 15 minutes of each other. The old system, one of those calls gets through, one hits a dead end, one potential customer walks away with an unknown number and no way back in. The new system, Voice AI, answered both overflow calls, collected information from both callers, confirmed dispatch timelines, sent confirmation texts. Carrie got the alerts, finished her current calls, and worked through the new intakes in order. All 4 situations were handled that night. One of those overflow callers was a property management company with 12 units in the area. That relationship alone has sent this company 6 jobs in the months since. So Carrie told me later that it used to feel like she was constantly choosing who to lose or what to lose. And now it feels like the system holds everyone until she can get there. And friends, this is what good infrastructure does. It does not replace the human. It buys the human the time they need to show up for everyone. And in an age of AI everywhere, the smartest business owners are doing a fantastic job at blending AI and the human connection. And that is exactly what you can do with GoHighLevel. And it's a fraction of the cost of the rest of the tools that you're probably using. And I'm a big fan. What can I say? All right, friends, it's time to dig into GoHighLevel. This is the deal. You should know this by now. I absolutely never let a sponsor come on here that I do not 100% believe in. And most of the time, they're products that I use and I'm really happy with. So GoHighLevel is my personal CRM and operating system and everything that we've been talking about today. So everything that I just described, the missed call text back, the voice AI overflow intake, the automated follow-up, all of this is built inside GoHighLevel. Here is what I want to tell you if you've been thinking about setting stuff up like this, but haven't decided on the product, because I'm going to give you the easy way right now. So first of all, I am all about price transparency, and plans start at just $97 a month for unlimited users. I don't know another product like this that covers automations, landing pages, voice AI, and allows you to have unlimited full access users. Most of the other platforms that I use, that my clients use, it's $1,000 every single time that you want to add a user. This is so powerful and completely limitless for you. Every single user, like I said, will have full access to the platform. No per seat pricing, no tiered permissions, no paying more because your team grew, which is so frustrating. One flat rate and everyone is in. See, the deal is GoHighLevel runs a free live boot camp every weekday to get you set up fast. 1 hour on Zoom, a GoHighLevel coach walks you through the setup, click by click, live with you in the room, doing it alongside, not a recording, not a webinar, or someone just talks at you for an hour and leaves you with a PDF. You leave with actual automations if you want, running inside your account. They'll cover all of the things that you need to get initially set up, like your domain, phone numbers, simple automations. And heck, this will send you off to the races with call text back, reputation and review management, social media integrations, Google Business Chat, and more, all inside just the 60 minutes and completely free for you. You also get a 30-day trial to make sure that it's the right fit for you and to set up everything else that you would like. One of my favorite things is I no longer have to give my username and passwords to my social media team. Everything is built inside GoHighLevel, and with one button, it publishes to all of my platforms. So powerful and streamlined. There's even an approval process. So, nothing's getting posted without my permission and without me seeing it. If the story you just heard today and my testimony about how GoHighLevel helps me, well, register for the free boot camp and the free 30-day trial with the link I've provided in the show notes. And I can't wait to hear about how GoHighLevel changes and transforms your business. And as a reminder, if you get set up and you have a question and you want to know how to put this into sales motions, come and show up. Show up at my free coaching calls that I run once a month. Once again, go to revenuerascals.com/listen. Okay, so this is what I want to close with. Winning the call is only half of the system. What happens after the job is done really determines whether that customer ever sends you another one. And in restoration, your customers are landlords, property managers, and homeowners who talk to other landowners, property managers, and homeowners. One strong review from the right person is worth way more than any ad you'll ever run in the market. But this is the deal, is most restoration companies, especially boutique ones, do excellent work and collect almost no reviews because not because their customers aren't happy, but because no one asked them. Okay. When the job ends, the crew packs up and everyone moves on. The customer meant to leave a review. Life happened. They never did. And this is gold, friends. GoHighLevel's reputation management closes that gap automatically. Yep. Automatically. After a job is marked complete, a review request goes out, personalized, on time, every time. No one has to remember to send it. No one has to chase it down. The ask happens while the customer still has fresh floors and drywall and a lot of relief in their chest. And when reviews come in, the response goes out automatically too. Not a generic copy paste, a response that reads like a human wrote it because AI is built to match the tone of what the customer said. Yes. And yep, that means a lot of really good things like using the right SEO keywords so that your business is found. Because listen, this is the deal. More reviews, faster responses, better search visibility. The next landlord who searches water damage restoration in that city sees a company come up with a full profile and track record that speaks before anyone picks up the phone. That is the compounding benefit. The job ends, the review goes out, the next customer finds you because the last one left a trail. Your infrastructure should win the call, serve the customer, and then keep working even after the crew goes home. Here is what I want you to take away from all of this. Carrie is not a cautionary tale. She is a portrait of every good operator running a lean service business who has ever had three things happen at once and had to make an impossible choice about who gets her attention. The answer is absolutely not find a better Carrie. The answer is to stop putting Carrie in a position where she has to choose. Build the infrastructure that holds the lead until your people can get there. Build the follow-up that keeps the conversation alive. Build the review system that turns every completed job into the next one. That is a complete revenue engine, not a collection of tools, a system that works while your team is working and keeps going even after they've gone home. If you want to look at where your operation is losing leads, it already earned, come to the next free monthly group coaching call. It's the last Tuesday of every single month at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. No pitch, just real answers. Once again, register at revenuerascals.com/listen. And I would absolutely love for you to show up with Go High Level ready and to rock and roll so that I can jump into your platform and tell you what you need to turn on and use to optimize. And listen, if this episode hits close to home, send it to one service business owner you know who is still running a carry-only system. They are out there losing jobs right now, and they have not done the math yet. This is Revenue Rascals. I'm Michelle Terpstra. See you next time. Thanks for listening to Revenue Rascals, where we turn bold ideas into predictable revenue and prove that breaking the rules can still build empires. If you love what you heard, do me a favor. Tap the links in the show notes to support our sponsors. They're the ones keeping this show free so I can keep ungating the six-figure strategies that help you scale faster, lead smarter, and take more freedom home with you. And hey, if you think you'd make an incredible guest or know someone who's built something worth studying, email me at hello@michelleterpster.com. And until next time, stay sharp, stay bold, and stay just a little bit rascal.